The Galactic Military Academy floated like a sharp blade in space, orbiting a dead planet full of forgotten weapons. It was where the best and strongest warriors of the galaxy trained to become officers, leaders, and killers. Aliens from hundreds of worlds came here, hoping to earn glory. And one human boy stood among them, out of place. Out of time. His name was Alex Wren. Thin, quiet, and small for his age. Alex wasn't like the other cadets. He had no glowing skin, no armored bones, no extra arms or venomous tails. He was just a human, ordinary, weak. And the others made sure. He never forgot that. "Hey, meatbag," a voice called from behind. Alex turned. 3 alien cadets stood in front of him. Tall, scaled, and cruel. The leader was Crather, a Veskari noble with silver fangs and black battle tattoos on his arms. "You dropped your courage," Crather said, throwing a small rock at Alex's chest. The others laughed. Alex stayed silent. He had learned long ago that talking back only made things worse. Crather leaned closer. "You humans always talk about honor and bravery. Let's see if you have any. What do you want?" Alex asked, trying to stay calm. "There's a ruin," Crather said, grinning. "Old war zone, forbiddance, of course. You're going to sneak in and touch the armor inside. Record it. Simple." Alex froze. Everyone knew about the dead zona. Destroyed battlefield on the nearby planet where weapons still slept beneath the dirt. "The Academy banned all entry. No one goes down there," Alex said. "They say people disappear." "Scared already?" Another alien hissed. "It's just a prank," Crather said, smiling. "Go in, touch the armor, get out, or we tell the instructors you attacked us. Who do you think they'll believe?" Alex looked at their faces. There was no way out. "Fine," he whispered. Crather tossed him a small hollow recorder. "Try not to wet yourself, human." 12 hours later, Alex stood alone on the dead world. The sky above him was a black ocean, and the land around him was gray ash and broken metal. Nothing moved. No wind, no animals, just silence and old death. He walked toward the ruins. It looked like part of a massive war machine, half buried, rusted and torn apart. The entrance was wide and dark, like the open mouth of a giant beast. He stepped inside. The metal walls were cracked and burned. Strange symbols flickered faintly on the sides, alien languages he didn't recognize. His boots echoed with every step. He turned on the holo recorder. "This is Alex Wren. I'm entering the Forbidden's ruins. This is a really bad idea." The hallway sloped downward. The deeper he went, the colder it became. Frost touched the walls. His breath turned white, and then he saw it. A massive chamber opened before him. In the center stood a suit of armor, tall, black, and ancient. It looked more like a statue than a weapon. Dust covered its surface. Its helmet was shaped like a hawk's beak. Long spikes ran along the shoulders and arms. Alex stepped forward. Heart pounding, he reached out, touched it with shaking fingers, and the world exploded. Light, noise, pain. Something hit him in the chest, hard, and threw him across the room. He hit the ground and rolled. The armor was glowing now. Bright red lines ran across its surface. Energy hissed in the air. The floor trembled. Alex tried to crawl away, but then the voice came. "Subject confirmed. Human. Compatible. Champion required. Host accepted. Initiating sync." "No, stop!" Alex shouted. The armor moved. Slowly, it stepped forward, piece by piece. Not walking, floating. It broke apart mid-air, chestplate, boots, helmet, each part glowing. Like fire, they flew at Alex. He screamed. The pieces slammed into his body, one after the other. Not with pain, but with pressure, like being pushed underwater. His skin didn't tear. His bones didn't snap. But he felt everything. The final piece, the helmet, floated in front of him. Its red eyes blinked. Then it snapped into place. Darkness. Then vision, different vision. He could see heat, energy, and data. He could feel the ruins. He could hear whispers from machines long dead. The armor spoke again, now inside his head. "Welcome, champion," Alex gasped. He stood no. The armor stood with him. And then something behind him moved. He turned. Crather was there. So were the others. They had followed him down, hoping to scare him more. But now their laughter was gone. Their eyes were wide. One cadet took a step back. "What is that?" Crather asked. "The armor," Alex said, voice deeper than before. "It chose me," Crather sneered. "No armor picks a human." "You're lying." He pulled out a blaster. The armor reacted. Alex didn't even think. His arm moved on its own fast as light. A shield formed around him. The blaster bolt hit it and bounced off. He stepped forward. The other two aliens ran. Crather stood frozen. "You wanted me to touch it," Alex said. "Now it's mine." Crather turned and bolted. Alex stood alone in the silent room, heart pounding. Armor humming softly. What just happened? The escape, the way out, was harder. The ruins groaned with every step. Machines deep underground had woken. Sirens flashed red along the walls. Somewhere a countdown ticked. "Host in danger," the armor said. "Evacuation required." Alex sprinted through collapsing corridors. Metal beams fell. Fire hissed from broken pipes. Doors slammed shut behind him. He burst out of the entrance just as the ground cracked open behind him. A black pulse of energy burst from the ruins. Then silence. He looked up. The Academy's patrol ships were already approaching. The debriefing room 2 hours later. Alex sat in a cold chair inside the security wing of the Academy. His armor had folded itself into a smaller, less threatening form, but it wouldn't leave him. No matter how many scientists poked, scanned, or shouted, the head instructor, Commander Vrex, stared at him. "You entered a restricted zone. You activated unknown tech. And you return wearing a war relic no one can identify. I didn't know it would do this," Alex said. Vrex's eye twitched. "What did the armor say to you?" Alex hesitated. "It called me a champion." The room went silent. Vrex spoke slowly. "There hasn't been a champion in 300 years. Another officer leaned in. "We should remove it." "You can't," Alex said. "It won't come off." The lights in the room flickered. The armor spoke for the first time aloud. Its voice was deep, metallic, and full of command. "Removal attempt will result in lethal force. Host chosen. Bond sealed." Everyone froze. Vrex stood. "Put him under surveillance. 24-hour watch. If that armor is what I think it is, the galaxy just changed." That night, alone in his dorm, Alex sat on his bed. The armor no longer glowed, but it was still there, quiet, heavy, alive. He whispered, "Why me?" The armor replied, not in sound, but in feeling, like a memory playing in his soul. He saw burning skies. He saw a man in the same armor, standing on a mountain of wreckage, holding back 10 alien armies. He saw Earth burning and fighting back. The memory faded. Alex whispered, "Who was he?" The armor replied, "Your blood, your line. You are the last. Now you rise." Alex Wren, a quiet and bullied human cadet at the Galactic Military Academy, was dared to enter the forbidden ruins of an ancient battlefield. Deep inside, he found the black sentinel armor. When he touched it, it chose him as its champion. The armor fused with him and saved him from an ambush. Now the Academy watches him with fear, and the galaxy has no idea what's waking up. The sun never rose over the dead world beneath the Galactic Military Academy. But inside the Academy itself, something had already begun to stir, something that had slept for centuries, and now it was awake. Alex Wren stood alone in the center of the combat arena. It was early morning. The huge circular room was empty, except for a few instructors behind glass walls, and a group of alien cadets on the upper floor, watching from above. Everyone wanted to see the human in the armor. Alex Had been ordered here by Commander Vrex. No reasons were given. Just the order, report to Training Hall 3, wear the armor. He didn't need to wear it. The armor was always there. Even when it looked like it was gone, it wasn't. It had become part of him. If he focused, he could bring it back, and when he did, the room changed. Initializing observation. A voice called out from the glass booth above. Alex exhaled slowly. Armor, he whispered. Are you ready? The voice inside his mind replied, calm and strong. Always. A beep sounded. 2 tall training bots entered the room, machines made of steel, sensors, and electric blades. Fast, smart, and merciless. Combat test phase. 1, the overhead voice said. The bots charged. Alex moved without thinking. His body didn't feel like his own. It was faster, stronger, lighter. The armor didn't just protect him. It guided him. The first bot swung a blade toward his chest. Alex ducked, stepped in, and struck upward. His hand hit the bot's core. There was a flash of blue light, and the machine exploded, falling in pieces. The second bot came from behind. Alex spun, caught its arm, and twisted. The bot's frame groaned. He kicked it backward, then raised his hand. The armor responded. A thin red beam shot out silent, clean, and sliced through the bot's legs. It fell. Twitching. Silenced. The glass-walled booth above was quiet. Then came the second wave. 10 bots. This time, they came from all sides. Faster, smarter. Alex crouched as the armor's red visor slid down over his eyes. A digital map lit up showing each bot's movement, angle, and weak spot. The armor spoke again. Do not fear. You were made for this. Alex roared and charged. He leapt over one bot, slammed another into the floor, and ducked under a third. The armor's arms transformed, small blades extended, curved and glowing. In 5 seconds. 2 bots fell. In 10 seconds, 3 more. The remaining bots attacked together. Alex blocked a hit, rolled, slid between them, and disabled another. Sparks flew. He could feel heat, not around him, inside him. The armor was reacting, evolving, when the last bot dropped. The room lights flickered. Smoke filled the air. Alex stood in the center of the wreckage, breathing heavily. The armor hissed, cooling down. Behind the glass, the instructors looked at each other. That was not human. One whispered, "He didn't miss a single strike." Another said, "Record everything. This is beyond our tech." Later that day, Alex sat alone in the medical lab. Machines scanned him. Lights blinked. Needles poked, but the armor stopped anything that felt like a threat. He wasn't scared. He was confused. He stared at his hands. They looked like his, but he knew they weren't. He could feel power just under the skin. He could lift heavy things without effort. He could jump, run, and fight better than any cadet in the academy. But something else was happening. He was dreaming. Every night, when he closed his eyes, the memories came, not his memories, the armor's memories. He saw battles unburning, moons, fleets exploding in orbit, and a human man in the same armor, taller, older, stronger, fighting entire armies. Alone, he saw that man die. Surrounded, but before death, the man placed his hand on the armor's chest and said, "Find the next one. Earth must rise again." The armor had waited. And now it had chosen Alex. The council meeting, deep in the academy's war chamber, high above the training decks, the leaders met in secret. Commander Vrex stood at the center. Holograms of alien generals floated around him, representatives of the major powers in the galaxy. "You saw the footage," Vrex said. "We did," growled the Zarlax warlord. "That boy is a danger. He has awakened something old," hissed a Trell diplomat. "Something lost for a reason." "Can we remove it?" asked another. "No," Vrex said. "The armor fused with him. It won't come off." "Then kill him," the warlord said flatly. There was silence. "No," Vrex said. "Not yet. If he really is the next champion, we may need him. A greater threat is rising. The shadows are moving. And if he cannot be controlled, Vrex looked grim, then Earth will burn again, but this time from within. Back in the dorms, Alex returned to his room and found a package on his bed. Inside was a small device and a note. "You're not safe here. Trust no one. If you want answers, meet me at Dock 7 tonight. Come alone." Zala. Alex blinked. Zala was one of the few cadets who had never laughed at him. She was quiet, smart, and always watching. A tech specialist from a neutral planet. No one really knew her. Until now. Alex stared at the armor's reflection in the mirror. "What do you think?" he asked. The armor answered with a simple pulse. "Go. The truth begins now." Dock 7, midnight. The landing bay was dark. Only a few ships rested on the platform. Most of the Academy slept at this hour. Alex moved quietly. He spotted Zala near a maintenance shuttle. She wore a cloak and carried a small scanner. "You came," she said. "I had questions," Alex replied. "And you seem to have answers." Zala glanced around. "Not here." She led him inside the shuttle. The door closed. The lights dimmed. Zala pulled out a small data crystal. "You've activated the Sentinel armor. That's not just a suit. It's a weapon of judgment." Alex crossed his arms. "I figured that part out," she continued. "Only 7 people in history ever wore it. 6 of them died saving Earth. The last one vanished. Until now." "Why me?" Zala looked at him carefully. "Maybe the armor saw something. Or maybe Earth's not as safe as it looks. There's a reason the Academy buried that ruin." War is coming." "What kind of war?" "The kind that ends species." Alex stayed silent. Zala handed him the data crystal. "This has the last logs of the Sentinel program. Read it, and watch your back. The Council is afraid of you now. That means they'll come for you." Meanwhile, in the shadows, a dark ship hovered far beyond the Academy's sensors. Its hull was black and twisted. Inside, creatures moved like shadows with claws. At the center, a voice hissed. "The Sentinel has awakened." Another voice growled. "Impossible." That line was ended. "The armor has found another, a human. Then we strike first." Dark eyes glowed red. "Let the galaxy burn before the champion rises again." Alex Wren became the chosen champion of the ancient Sentinel armor after a cruel prank led him into Forbidden's ruins. The armor enhanced him beyond normal limits and gave him access to knowledge and visions of a past war. Now the Academy leaders see him as a threat. Meanwhile, dark forces in the galaxy have learned that the champion has returned, and they are preparing to strike. It started with silence. No alarms. No warnings. Just the quiet buzz of lights in the Academy's medbay. Alex Wren sat on a long white table. The room smelled of metal and cold air. His armor rested on him like a second skin, quiet and still, almost like it was sleeping. Commander Vrex stood in front of him. "We need to remove it," Vrex said, trying to sound calm. Alex narrowed his eyes. "I told you, it doesn't come off." Behind the commander, a team of medical officers waited. All were armed with syringes, scanners, and tools that hummed with energy. Vrex nodded toward one of them. The medic stepped forward and held up a small glowing needle. "This will just relax your nervous system," she said softly. "Let us run." Deeper scans. Alex didn't move. The armor, without any sound, shifted. Its chest lit up with faint red lines. The visor narrowed, warning. "Host integrity compromised if sedative is administered." The medic paused. "What was that?" Vrex asked. "I didn't say anything," the medic replied. Alex stood. "The armor said no." Vrex's face darkened. "Son, you're a cadet. This is a direct order." "I'm not just a cadet anymore," Alex replied. "You saw what the armor can do. You know it chose me. That armor belongs to the Academy, to the Council, not to you." Alex stepped back. "It chose me." "You." Didn't. The betrayal without warning, the lights shut off. For a moment, total darkness. Then metal clanked, a flash of movement. Pain exploded in Alex's side. He stumbled. He looked down. A needle was stuck in his arm. The room spun. He dropped to his knees. Through blurry eyes, he saw Vrex's face. "You could have been a hero," the commander said coldly. "But you're a risk we can't take." Alex reached for the needle, but everything went black. Underground. Facility. Unknown time. Alex woke up strapped to a metal table. His armor was gone. Panic hidden like fire. He pulled at the straps, but they were tight. His skin felt cold, exposed. Weak. Bright lights above him made his eyes burn. A door opened. 4 people entered. Scientists. One of them held the black chest piece of the Sentinel armor. The others carried pieces: his helmet, his gauntlets, his boots. "What are you doing?" Alex shouted. The lead scientist didn't answer. He began attaching wires to the armor parts. Sparks flew. Another placed a strange cube near Alex's head. "We believe the armor responds to a mental link," she said. "So we'll force it to answer without you." Alex struggled harder. "It won't work for you," she smiled. "We'll see." She pressed a button. The cube glowed. Pain shot through Alex's skull. His thoughts spun like a hurricane. Images flashed: memories, armor systems, voices of the past. The armor pieces on the table began to tremble. The scientist stepped back. "It's reacting," she said. The pieces floated into the air, twisting, spinning. For a moment, Alex felt hope. Then screams. The armor exploded outward in a wave of red energy. One scientist flew into the wall. Another caught fire. The helmet flew across the room and slammed into the glass. Then all the pieces dropped to the floor. Silent. The lead scientist stared in shock. "It rejected us." Alex smiled weakly. "Told you." The door burst open. Commander Vrex entered. He looked at the wreckage, the smoke, and Alex on the table. "Enough," he said. "Terminate the project. Terminate the boy." The scientist raised a laser scalpel and walked toward Alex. But before she could touch him, the armor moved. It didn't float. It crawled. The gauntlet dragged itself across the floor like a living thing. The helmet rolled. The chest plate slid toward him, piece by piece. "Impossible," she shouted. Alex grinned. "You made it angry." The armor leapt onto him, instantly forming around his body. The straps holding him snapped. Red lights blinked. Across the walls, sirens wailed. Host reconnected. "Threat level maximum." Alex stood. The door was blocked by soldiers. He raised his arm. A pulse of red light knocked them flat. He walked through the fire and smoke like a ghost. He was no longer hiding. The chase as Alex ran through the dark halls. Alerts rang through the academy. All personnel to lockdown positions. Security. Breach in lower sector. Target is armed and hostile. Doors slammed shut. Drones flew after him. Alex turned a corner and found himself trapped. Ahead 6 drones. Behind more soldiers. "Armor," he whispered. "What now?" "Choose aggression. Overwhelm." Alex smiled. He charged. The armor shifted mid-run. Blades extended from the arms. A shield formed on his back. Red thrusters lit up under his boots. He leapt into the air. The drones fired, but he dodged. He landed in the middle of them and spun. Sparks flew. Metal crashed. He moved like a storm. 10 seconds later, only he remained standing. A friend returns near the outer ring of the academy. Alex ran into someone waiting. Zala. She pulled him into a side room as alarms blared. "I saw the cameras," she said. "They tried to break the link?" Alex nodded. "They failed." She handed him a small chip. "There's a maintenance tunnel under the hangar. Use this to bypass the door lock. You'll need to vanish for now. Why are you helping me?" Zala looked away. "Because I know what the armor is, and I know what's coming." Alex placed a hand on her shoulder. "Thank you." Then he turned and ran. Darkness beneath the academy, the tunnel was narrow and cold. Pipes lined the walls. Water dripped from the ceiling. Alex moved quickly. He needed to get off the station. Somewhere safe. Somewhere quiet. But the armor spoke again. "You cannot run." "Not yet. I don't have a choice. You are hunted now." "But they are not your only enemies." Alex slowed. "What do you mean?" The armor sent him an image, a dark ship floating in deep space, full of shadow creatures with glowing red eyes. "They know you exist. They remember what I am." "Who are they?" "The ones who ended the last champion." Back in the council chamber, Commander Vrex slammed his fist on the table. "He escaped. Again." The alien warlords were furious. "You promised control." One shouted, "He is a child with a weapon of extinction." Another barked. Vrex glared at them. "Then let's use him." "What?" "Send him on a mission," Vrex said. "One he cannot survive." There was silence. Let the problem fix itself. The Galactic Academy betrayed Alex Wren and tried to forcefully remove the ancient Sentinel armor. But the armor protected itself, reattached to Alex, and helped him escape. Now hunted by the Academy, Alex hides underground. But dark ships from beyond the stars have also learned of the new champion. Meanwhile, the Academy Council is planning a deadly trick to get rid of him without touching him directly. Alex stood in front of a sealed metal door deep beneath the Academy. He had followed Zala's instructions through the dark tunnels, avoiding cameras and patrol bots. His mind was racing. His armor was quiet, but alert. The message from Commander Vrex had come just a few hours ago. "Cadet Wren, you are assigned to Simulation Room 47 for special combat training. Full armor required. Report immediately." A trap? Most likely, but Alex had no choice. Running would only make things worse. And maybe, just maybe, he could learn something more inside. He placed his hand on the scanner. The door opened. Simulation. Room 47, unknown sector. The chamber was massive. A gray metallic landscape stretched out before him, ruined buildings, broken roads, crashed ships, and smoke rising from digital fires. It was all a simulation, but it looked too real. "Welcome to your test," a voice echoed. Alex looked up. A glowing orb floated in the sky, watching. "Rules are simple. Survive until the countdown ends. You may use your armor freely." "How long is the countdown?" Alex asked. 1 hour. Alex's armor shifted slightly. "This is wrong," it whispered inside his mind. "What do you mean?" Alex replied, "This is not a simulation." Alex froze. But before he could speak, a loud explosion shook the fake battlefield. Phase 1. The first attack out of the digital sky. Enemy drones appeared fast and armed with blasters. 10 of them. Then 20. Alex took cover behind a broken wall. "They're not real," he told himself. "Just part of the test." The first drone fired. The blast hit the wall and blew a hole through it. Shrapnel hit Alex's arm. He felt it. Pain. Real pain. He looked at his armor. It flashed red. "Damage detected. This environment is physical." "They tricked me," Alex whispered. He stood, raised his right arm, and launched a pulse wave. 3 drones exploded. He jumped behind another barrier and ducked as more blaster. Fire rained down. This wasn't a game. It was an ambush. Outside the simulation chamber, in a hidden control room, Commander Vrex stood behind a group of officers and engineers. On the screen, Alex fought for his life. "He knows," one officer said. "It doesn't matter," Vrex replied. "He won't make it to Phase 3. But this is against protocol," another whispered. "He's still a cadet." "He's not a cadet anymore," Vrex snapped. "He's a threat. And this threat will end today." Back in the battlefield, Alex sprinted through the ruins, dodging blasts and returning fire. His armor extended wings that helped him leap over collapsed buildings. I need to find the exit, he said. There is no exit, the armor responded. This area is locked, fully sealed. Alex growled. Then we fight. More drones flew. In ground units appeared robotic soldiers with heavy cannons. Alex pushed forward. His left arm turned into a blade. He slashed through the first wave. He jumped, rolled, dodged, and attacked. The armor was sinking faster now. Every move he made felt perfect, but there were too many enemies. Phase 2. The surprise just when Alex caught his breath. The sky darkened. He looked up. 3 dropships appeared, massive and shaped like claws. They opened in mid-air and released creatures. Not drones. Not robots, but living aliens with black skin, glowing red eyes, and long arms with blades. They screeched as they landed. The armor went silent. Then it spoke one word: outsiders. Not part of the simulation? Alex asked. Correct. These are real. Unplanned. Uninvited. Suddenly, the test wasn't just a trap. It had become a battlefield between 2 enemies, the Academy and something far worse. The outsiders moved like smoke, fast, deadly, and silent. Alex blocked their blades, but they were strong, stronger than drones, smarter than robots. One of them scratched his helmet. Sparks flew. Another stabbed his side. Blood leaked beneath the armor. Alex roared, slammed the ground with his fist, and activated the Sentinel shockwave. A red pulse burst out in all directions, throwing the creatures away, but more kept coming. He ran for higher ground. Inside the control room, panic. Sir, one officer yelled. Unknown signals have entered the simulation zone. They've bypassed our system. They're not ours. Rex's eyes went wide. Outsiders? Yes, sir, it looks like. The ones from the lost sectors. This wasn't part of the plan, another officer said. No, Rex growled. They're here for the armor. Desperate survival. Alex climbed to the top of a broken tower. From there, he saw the full picture. Dozens of outsiders were spreading through the battlefield, killing everything in sight. The drones turned their fire toward them, but even the robots were losing. Alex knew he couldn't last long. His suit was damaged. His energy levels were dropping. Armor, he whispered, breathing hard. Give me something. Anything. Weapon is available, the armor said. But once activated, it will drain remaining power. Will it stop them? Yes, Alex didn't hesitate. Do it. The armor glowed brighter than ever before. His arms transformed into cannons. His chest plate expanded. Symbols in red ancient script danced across the surface. Beam of pure energy formed in front of him. He aimed at the largest cluster of outsiders and fired. The light was blinding. The sound was deafening. The explosion shook the entire chamber. When it cleared, the center of the battlefield was gone, just ash and glass. The rest of the outsiders hissed and retreated. The armor collapsed around Alex. He fell to his knees. Then darkness. Hours later, medical wing. Alex woke up in a dim room. Zala sat beside him. You're alive, she said. He groaned. Barely. You were out for 10 hours. They pulled you out of the simulation after the explosion. Did the outsiders escape? No, she said. They vanished. Like shadows. Alex looked down. His armor was cracked but still there. Still part of him. Was it a test? He asked. Zala looked sad. No, it was an execution. Alex closed his eyes. They want me dead, he whispered. Zala nodded. And now you know why the last champion went into hiding. Meanwhile, in deep space, a dark ship hovered in the void. Inside, the outsider leader watched the battlefield footage. He lives, it said. Another creature hissed. He is stronger than the last. Not yet, the leader said. But he will be. The shadows turned to face each other. We must prepare. The real war begins soon. Alex Wren survived the deadly war simulation trap set by the Academy. The attack by mysterious outsiders showed that something bigger was coming. Now Alex lies in the medical bay recovering, with Zala by his side. But the real danger is yet to reveal itself. The medical bay was quiet, except for the soft beep of machines. Alex lay on the bed, eyes half open. The armor covered him still, but it seemed weaker, damaged, and tired. Zala sat nearby, watching the monitors. "Alex," she said softly, "you're waking up." Alex blinked, his throat dry. "What happened? How long?" 3 days, Zala sighed. "You were out cold after the battle." Alex tried to sit up, but a sharp pain stopped him. "Take it easy," Zala warned. "You're hurt. The armor saved your life." Alex looked down at his chest. The armor had strange cracks glowing faintly. "I don't understand," he whispered. "Why me? Why now?" Zala looked at him with serious eyes. "Because the war has already started, but it's hidden." Alex frowned. "Hidden? What do you mean?" Zala pressed a button on a small tablet. The screen lit up with encrypted data. "I hacked into some Academy files," she said. "There's something they don't want us to see." The secret files. Alex leaned closer as the screen filled with images and text. Old documents, hidden archives, and holographic logs from centuries ago. One file caught his eye, a video recording of a man in armor, speaking urgently. "The Sentinel. Armor is the galaxy's last defense," the man said. "But the Academy made a choice. They made a deal with the outsiders. To protect themselves, they betrayed us all." Alex's heart pounded. Why would they do that? Zala shook her head. "Power, control, survival. The Council is scared of the war. They want peace, even if it means joining the enemy." Alex stared at the screen. The man in the video continued. "If the armor returns to a new champion, the war will ignite again. The outsiders will hunt the wearer. We must prepare for the coming storm." A new ally. Suddenly, the door hissed open. A tall figure stepped inside. He was strong, with dark skin and sharp eyes. "Sorry to interrupt," he said calmly. Zala stood. "This is Rian. He's with the Resistance." Alex looked at Rian, confused. "Resistance?" he asked. Rian smiled faintly. "We don't trust the Academy. We know the truth. And we want to stop the war before it spreads." Alex's mind raced. "Why help me?" Rian looked serious. "Because you have the armor. And because you can change everything." Planning the next move, the three sat in a small room. Zala showed more data. Rian pointed at a map. "The outsiders have bases hidden across the galaxy," he said. "But the Academy protects them. They don't want anyone to know." Alex shook his head. "This isn't just a war between aliens. It's a war of secrets and betrayal." Zala added, "We found a hidden transmission. The Council plans to send a fleet to wipe out the Resistance, and you." Alex clenched his fists. "We have to act first." The armor speaks. As they talked, the armor on Alex's chest suddenly glowed. A voice echoed inside his mind. "Champion, the time is near." Alex shivered. "What does it mean?" Zala looked worried. "The armor is warning you. The outsiders are coming." Rian nodded. "And so is the Council." Alex looked at both of them. "We need to be ready." The first strike that night, alarms screamed through the Resistance base. Alex grabbed his armor. Outside, dark ships descended like vultures. The outsiders had found them. Rian shouted orders. Alex ran toward the hangar. The armor snapped into place. Around him, glowing bright red dot. They were ready. The battle begins. The first wave of outsiders landed. They were faster and stronger than before. Alex fought with everything he had. His armor's blades sliced through the enemies. Zala controlled the base's defenses. Rian led the fighters. The battle was fierce and brutal. A costly victory after hours. The outsiders retreated. The base was damaged. Many Resistance fighters were hurt. Alex stood, breathing hard. The armor flickered. He looked at Zala and Rian. This is only the beginning. Series title. They thought it was just a prank, but the armor chose a new champion word count. Approximately 2,580 words style. Third person. Simple basic English. Suspenseful and mystery-driven. Last time ... Alex Wren survived a fierce outsider attack with the Resistance. The hidden war between the Academy and the Outsiders revealed deep secrets and betrayals. Now Alex's armor is warning him. The real battle is just beginning. Alex sat alone in the dim light of the Resistance base. The armor rested quietly on his shoulders, but inside, his mind was anything but calm. His head throbbed with pain. Images flashed faces he didn't know, places he never visited, and voices calling out to him. The armor had started showing him memories. Not his own, but someone else's. Suddenly, the armor's red glow brightened. A voice spoke inside his mind, calm, ancient, and strong. "Champion, it is time to remember." Alex closed his eyes, and the world faded away. Memory 1. The last battle. Alex found himself standing on a strange battlefield. The sky was blood red, and the ground was cracked and burning. He wore the armor only this time. It was brand new, shining, and powerful. Around him were soldiers of many species. They fought desperately against shadowy creatures, outsiders. He moved through the chaos like a storm. His armor's blades cut through enemies. His shield blocked deadly attacks. But despite the victory, a great sadness filled the air. A man stood before him, older, with eyes full of pain. "If you see this, know that the war never truly ends," the man said. "The armor must choose a new champion when the old falls. You are the last hope." Alex felt a hand on his shoulder, warm, strong. "Remember, we fight for those who cannot." The vision ended. Back in reality, Alex gasped and opened his eyes. Zala was there, watching quietly. "You saw it," she said softly. Alex nodded. "The memories belong to the first champion," she explained. "He fought the Outsiders centuries ago. He was the last one to wear the armor before it was lost." "Why did it choose me?" Alex asked. "Because you have the strength and the heart," Zala said. "But there's more. The armor carries knowledge and power, but also a heavy burden." Memory 2. The betrayal. The armor showed another vision. This time, Alex saw the Academy's leaders in secret meetings with outsider commanders. They made deals, shared technology, and promised peace in exchange for control. But the price was high. Many planets were sacrificed, many species enslaved or destroyed. The champion's eyes burned with anger. "This is why the war was hidden," the voice said. "Because those in power chose their own safety over the galaxy." Alex clenched his fists. Training with the Pastrian entered the room. "We need to get stronger," he said. Alex looked at the armor. "It's teaching me, giving me memories of its past champions." Rian nodded. "We've been fighting blindly. Now we have a chance." Alex stood. "I want to train harder, to unlock everything the armor can do." A new threat. Suddenly, an alarm sounded. Zala rushed to the console. "We're under attack," she said. "The Academy's fleet is here. They found our location." Alex's heart pounded. The real war was here. The battle of the Resistance. Base outside. Massive ships blocked the sky. Laser beams lit the darkness. The Resistance fighters prepared for the worst. Alex's armor glowed fiercely. He led the charge. With new power and memories guiding him, he fought like never before. The ground shook. Ships exploded. But the enemy was strong. The armor's secret power during the fight. Alex's armor began to change. It unfolded glowing wings. His blades grew longer. A shield of light surrounded him. He released a pulse of energy that pushed back the attackers, but the power drained him. Quickly, aftermath. The Academy's fleet retreated. The Resistance had won for now. Alex collapsed, exhausted. Zala and Rian helped him up. "This is only the beginning," Zala said. Alex looked at the stars. He knew the next memories and battles were coming. Alex Wren unlocked the memories of the past champions and discovered the betrayal of the Academy. With the Resistance, he survived a huge attack by the Academy's fleet. Now the time has come for the final battle, to end the war and decide the fate of the galaxy. The stars above glowed cold and distant as Alex stood at the edge of the Resistance's hidden base. His armor hummed softly, alive and strong. The red lights pulsed like a heartbeat. Rian and Zala stood beside him, faces tense but determined. "Today we end this," Alex said. Zala nodded. "The Academy's fleet is moving toward the outer sector. We have one chance to stop them." Rian checked his weapon. "We fight not just for survival, but for freedom." Alex tightened his grip on his sword, a long blade forged from the armor itself. The approach outside, the sky was filled with warships. They blocked out the stars, dark shapes in the void. Alex looked at his armor's display. Enemy strength, overwhelming. He closed his eyes. The armor whispered in his mind, "You carry the power of all champions before you. You are not alone." He opened his eyes, filled with fire. The battle begins. The first ships fired. Explosions lit the sky. Alex sprinted toward the main gate, leading the Resistance fighters. The armor's wings spread wide, lifting him above the battlefield. He swooped down, cutting through enemy drones with his glowing blade. Behind him, the Resistance fired missiles and lasers. Face to face suddenly, a massive ship descended, blocking the sun. From it stepped Commander Vrex, armored and fierce. He shouted, "Champion! Surrender the armor. Your fight ends now." Alex raised his sword. "Never." They clashed. The ground shook as their blades met. The clash. Vrex was strong and skilled. His blade crackled with dark energy. Alex's armor glowed, brighter with every strike. They fought through ruined buildings, across broken streets, and over burning fields. Alex felt the power of the past champions flowing through him. He remembered their battles, their courage, their hope. Turning the tide, Vrex launched a powerful attack. Alex barely blocked it. He stumbled but heard the armor whisper, "Focus, use your heart." Alex closed his eyes, then opened them wide. He struck with everything. His sword burned with light. He pierced Vrex's armor. Victory, and Peace. Vrex fell to his knees. "Why?" he asked weakly. "Because I fight for all who cannot," Alex said. Vrex lowered his blade. The other enemy ships retreated. The war was over. A new dawn. The Resistance cheered. Zala hugged Alex. Rian smiled. Alex looked at the sky. The stars seemed brighter. He knew the fight was done, but the galaxy would never forget the champion.